Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Telltale Games Train Sim World 2. Yes, back from a little break, took about a week and a half off, just kind of relax a bit, get myself back into the streaming, and yes, back today again with another Train Sim World 2 stream for you guys today. So, new routes coming out, part of the Rush Hour pack. We have the Nahverkehr Dresden route, which covers the line between the cities of Dresden and Riesa in Germany. Couple of different branches where it has on the route, so quite a bit for us to enjoy. So yeah, we'll jump into the route, we'll have a look at what it has to offer, but first things first, let's have a look at the trailer and let's see what we're getting on today's release. Yeah, so quite a bit to enjoy there. It's got 5 official trains, plus we got the ICE and the 101 if you own the DLC stroke and that includes that. Yeah, 5 new trains, fun little routes all through the Germany Saxon regions, so definitely a lot for us to keep an eye out for down the strip. But first things first, let's go through the introduction. Welcome to Nahverkehr Dresden.
Welcome to Train Sim World 2, an immersive and highly detailed rail simulation featuring authentic routes and trains from around the world. You've just been awarded some action points. These are displayed in the top right corner of the screen and count towards your overall experience. It is necessary to be fully observant of the surrounding world. Practice by looking up, down, left and right.
Train Sim World 2 has a free drive road Geek if you've used it. Look up, look down, look all around. Now I'm happy there's controls, so I'll invert that. And let's get our first map.
This is one of many interactives to be discovered, but not all of them will be as easy to find as this one.
Welcome Kai, how you doing? Hey man. Welcome Fish, how you doing? Welcome channel to chats. How you both doing today? Definitely rush hour. The amount of people on the station right now, it's starting to fill up a bit. So, board the train, going in the front? Yes, looking into the front. I know for a little while that these kind of instruction scenarios had you going as a passenger, but it looks like they may have changed this for the full driving experience. I do quite like the layout of the station here at Dresden, Hauptbahnhof. So you have 2 upper levels, one on the left and the right hand side, kind of just at the far side up there. Those are 3 platforms, and then down below you have the terminating platforms, which end up kind of towards this little brick bit here. Definitely a fun little station. It's online, it's Train Sim World Fish, so it's available on console and PC. I'm not quite sure by online.
A lot of time will be spent operating trains, so when ready, sit in the driver's seat.
Let's jump on, let's have a look.
You can pause the experience at any point and review previous and current objectives. Check it out now and then return to the game when ready.
Right, let's have the pause menu. All pretty standard stuff. So you got your kind of speed limits and your route info up ahead. Got your maps. Which again, I do adore this new map. The complete revamp for it. See how all the new stations or station locations are. You got the Großenhain line. You've got the 2 lines through Coswig, Bahnhof. You get the lot. You do get the lot. So yes, I do rather like the updated map here.
A heads-up display has appeared on the right side of the screen. This is a guide to what the train is doing. This is the speed display. The white needle shows current speed. The red marker indicates the maximum permitted speed.
Yes, it has that, Avgeek. It's called off the rails mode. It has got all of that.
This is the direction display. An arrow will indicate forward, reverse, and neutral directions. This is the power display. A number will indicate the position the power control is in. These are the brake indicators. They show the state of the various brake systems, allowing independent management of them.
Yes, we do know the UI at this point, I think.
In the top right are the signal and speed limit displays. These feature an indication of what is approaching and a countdown distance to when they will come into effect. Some of these displays can be hidden via the settings menu for a more challenging experience. This train is ready to go. Push the indicated handle forwards to get moving.
Well, that's the throttle there, so I'm going to have to quickly put the train to forward. These are the brakes. Wait for the brake pressure to drop. Not quite our last style, where we have to wait for the train to get rolling. Apply some power, and let's get it going, shall we? At least I hope. There we go. Bit of a slow start, that.
The Riesa to Dresden main line runs for roughly 80 kilometers and runs both express and mainline passenger services, as well as a variety of freight from the local industries.
Yeah, definitely some sort of freight going that there. Look at this cloud of smoke over there. Sheesh, come on, guys. Gotta be green these days. In Germany, trains are really late, so they not care to meet time. Fair enough, Ang, fair enough. Yeah, so definitely quite a few funky little trains in this scenario. So the main trains we get with this route, so you get the DBR 442, which is the Talent 2. You've got the 143, 146, which are the two kind of well, we have one of those back of this train, don't we?
Train Sim World 2 allows you to
Yes, so the back of the train we've got a 146,
Let's take a look now
and that's a 162 actually. Sorry, 143, sorry. So yeah, there's kind of your two standard locos. You get the 185, which is kind of a, well, it's not a loco, but specialises in freight haul. And then the 363, which is kind of the little like tractor trailer train. So it's that kind of, it's a relatively low speeds train that hauls freight, sorry. Yeah, get quite a bit of variety of this little route. So 5 trains officially, and then if you own the 101, so you get separate 101 DLC, you get trains for that. And if you own, well, you should have the column routes, but if you have the column routes, then you also get the ICE 3M as well, the DBR 406.
You've only explored a small area here, so let's take a look at what else there is to enjoy.
Yeah, there's a Phantom's platform there.
Welcome to Dresden in eastern Germany, located in Saxony on the River Elbe. Experience a multitude of operations expanding out of the iconic Dresden Hauptbahnhof, with commuters and international travellers converging to make a hustle and bustle mix of S-Bahn, regional, intercity and freight traffic. Along the way, be sure to place route maps, restock first aid points, paint garden gnomes and clean up spray paint cans. Choose commuter or heavy freight traffic as you take a trip through the picturesque German countryside. Welcome to Riesa Dresden.
I must admit, paint garden gnomes was not quite what I was expecting there. This is like Chris Scrub Simulator. If you know, you know. Okay, well, let's go through the tutorials of these trains, and well, we better get painting garden gnomes. Cześć, Adam, jak się masz? Jak się masz? Right, so first one in play today, the 143, sorry, 143. For the most, I think we've driven most of these trains before, so the 363 I need to get like a bit of a refresher for. But these
Welcome
locos
to
I've got
driver
most
training.
idea about.
Today you'll be taken through the operation of a BR143 electric locomotive in DB Traffic Red livery. During this brief introduction, we will go through the critical driving controls and passenger operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
Thing drove 3 hours and spun. Ah, fair enough. Switch. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, I don't know. As it loads the assets, it kills the frame rate a tad bit. But in about 3 or 4 seconds, it should just pick up again as normal. There's a lot of assets loaded on this route, I must admit. It's a very, very good looking route. There you go, now back to normal, because it's loaded everything up. It's just, I don't know. It's the usual kind of, whoops, hiccups you get with a new release. Right.
We will need to turn the loco on. Head to the control panel.
Here comes Doppelstockwagens, DB767PZ, something like that. Whoops. Sorry, I want to go back to there, didn't I? Right, what's control panel?
To activate the control desk, the battery will need to be turned on. Use the battery switch and set it to the on.
On
This
position.
locomotive is powered by a pantograph that draws power from the overhead lines.
Rear
Set the
pantograph.
pantograph selector to rear.
Back
Take
to
a
the
seat in the
front.
driver's position. This is where you'll be spending most of your time.
And take seats. Set the reverser. Insert reverser handle.
The headlights will need to be set to let others know that this locomotive is
Headlights
operational.
to whites. Not quite a switch on my rail driver there. Set the right headlights to whites.
We'll need to wait for the air system to charge. Now activate the pantograph so that it raises up and makes contact with the overhead catenary.
The A380 from Flyby's been announced about 6 months ago, Fish. You've missed out on that, I'm afraid. Raise the
train is
pantograph
ready
and
to be energized.
close the
This
circuit
is
breaker.
controlled by the main circuit breaker. Take a quick glance at the platform to ensure all is safe before unlocking the doors.
Oh, looks good. Let's unlock the doors. Yeah, so for the most part, this train's pretty simple. The you call it a throttle, it's a speed selector. I think it's fantastic. So when we start applying power, as opposed to setting the throttle to kind of a power input output for it to accelerate, you set it to a particular speed, and the train will kind of use like a cruise control method to hold at that speed. These German trains, well, I don't quite understand PZB, the alert systems. The control methodology is fantastic. I do really, really like these German trains. No, Moxie, it costs about
It's time to get
£25.
going.
Train
Set
some
the
mods.
doors to locked.
Costs about £25. Right, so let doors lock.
The reverser determines the direction of travel.
Reverse to forward. And
The
so
brakes will need to be released on the train before we can depart. Use the indicated lever to set the
release the
train.
brakes. So yeah, we can set a speed selector to how whatever line speed is. There's no real throttle. There's a direct brake. There's no throttle. So wave brakes release. Set the speed
The force
selector
selector
to
determines how much tractive effort force is being supplied to the train.
yes. Sorry, force selector. Stick at 100.
The speed selector allows the driver to easily amend the speed of the locomotive as required. Once the desired speed is set, indicated by the red needle on the speedometer, the locomotive will automatically adjust to meet that speed.
Alright, it says 40 kilometers an hour. Yeah, so with these rush hour routes, there's more AI in terms of there's more passengers, so passenger numbers have increased. There's more services, so you get a higher number of trains doing AI services on the trip. So you get a lot more AI, which definitely does take a bit more to load. Although yeah, the vehicle line every 20 minutes apart definitely that needs updating. I must, yes, agree with that. Right. I use a rail drive controller at AvGeek, so it is like a dedicated train sim throttle thing. I like it. I like it. Not sure, Mogsy, about rail drive on Xbox. I must admit, it's not it's something I'm sure they want to do, but because of the limitations of the console, it's not something they can do at this moment in time. Welcome, Divakesh, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. How are you today? How are you? Whoops. standard horn for these trains as well. So next stop is at Priestwitz. We'll increase the speed selector now up to 100 kilometers per hour. In terms of frame rate, yeah, it's a more or less steady 60 FPS right now, which again, given that we are streaming at the same time, can't really fault that, can you? Yes, Mogsy, I'm half English, half Polish. Welcome. Will, how are you doing? So this is a DLC, Diva. This is a part of the new, what do you call it? Part of the new Rush Hour season pass. So this is the Nahverkehr Dresden route between Dresden and Riesa. And right now, this is kind of this is the training tutorial scenario of the 143. Like I said, I do quite like these German locos. I've not been on too many of them in real life. I have made a couple of trips to Germany, of course. In fact, what have I been on? So I've been on Doppelstockwagen. I've been on a double-decker train out in Berlin. Went 2 stops on that, at Central Station. I've done Berlin Metro. I've done the Frankfurt Metro. Was it Frankfurt? No, it wasn't. It was Hamburg Metro. I've done that. That's how I see it, really. I did a Dutch train in German network as well. So I've done the IC3 service out of Copenhagen to Hamburg. So I've done a couple of these, but I don't know. At some point, when the world goes back to normal, I might try and do a rail tour of Germany. Start from one city and then kind of just travel around the country a bit on the trains. Frankfurt, Hamburg, same thing. Something like that. Something like that. Is there a way to remove the overlays? Get away to the tiny times. I mean, you can just press the F1 key. There you go. And that gets you into the entire overlay. Whether or not you're confident enough to do the entire route without the overlay is another question entirely. But it is possible to get rid of. It is possible to get rid of. Welcome, Eslis from Gdańsk. How are you, Xmash? What England from I'm southeast of England, Mogsy, southeast.
You are now approaching the first stop. Use the speed selector to reduce your speed. You can use the train brake to provide additional braking force.
So you got direct brake, you got train brake. We use train brake. That's station approaching Priestwitz. So we're stopping here. We're just approaching here. Cut the brake now. Station approaching Priestwitz and stop at location Priestwitz. Okay, so you are stopping at, well, I can presume is this station. There we go. So apply a tad bit of braking. Just bring train slowly to a halt. So enter about 30 kilometers per hour. That's probably don't even need to apply much braking from there. Perfect. Unlock doors. Less passengers embark. I think I'm pretty much on the spot there. Right on the spots. Right, so allow passengers to make their changes. I see we've lost our hair and hats. Yeah, I must say, the increased passenger numbers on the rush hour routes definitely have made a massive change in regards to actually getting people around this world. I don't know, I quite like the rush hour update so far. The Brighton routes, well, the next one's going to release, definitely one that I'm very excited for.
Unguided this time and see how you get on. An emergency brake test will occur during the journey.
There's lots to be excited for. Release the brakes. And set the speed selector, because again, there's no other brakes. Speed select, sorry, no acceleration. Speed selector, 6 kilometers per hour. Brakes will release, and the train should now, hopefully, start to accelerate. There we go. It's the slowest acceleration ever, but it is drawing power from the line. Next station, Niederauer. Welcome, Emad, how you doing? Welcome to channel chats. Swag driver. Oh yes, guy. Completed the fully fueled scenario on sandpatch grade. It was scrolling to say the least. Oh yeah, some of the sandpatch grade routes are long, to say the least. I think the choice scenario is like an hour and a half on that one. It's a long one. It's a scenic one, don't get me wrong. But yeah, sandpatch grade, definitely the longest of all the routes. So, we've gone a little bit over the speed limit there. Ultimately, this is a, what is it, 0.5% gradient downhill at the moment, so the train has gone a little bit tad fast on the way down, but has now applied a tad bit of braking, and that's just keeping the speed balance at the 6 kilometers per hour. It's never going to be perfect, never going to be exact, but it will adjust things out as we get going. Back on the main line, so off the passing loop there. Speed up to 120. Let's get some movement on. So it's 8 kilometers to Niederauer, and we have got a brake test to perform on this bit. Favourite in-local trains in the world? I adore the Great Western Express. I do enjoy South Eastern High Speed, and the Roast line actually I do quite like as well. So those are my 3 kind of top routes. Favourite loco has to be the either the 166 or the 465. I like my networkers, so those two are kind of they're going to be my top trains. Still up tour, probably not Avgeek, probably not. I've already done one a little long ago. I have seen the A318 development by Flyboy Kian. It's been announced for about 6 months now, so yes, something that's definitely very much in the works. There's no really set for it yet. They have been working on it for a little while now, so it's nice to see those preview videos come out as well. Get a bit more kind of hype, more out there for the community to enjoy it. Also, I see a new livery. Well, in terms of new livery, it just says VVO on the side of it. It's not really a new livery, is it? It's just updated paintwork. But yeah, these top wagons looking good as ever. Good as ever on this route. Gosh, the frame rate, I must admit, it's not. It's solid 60. It is solid 60. There's just a couple of moments where it just drops a tad bits. Not unplayable by any means, but definitely stability needs a bit of a kick with this one. Probably because I'm running, well, what am I running background? I've got Steam in the background, Discord in the background, streaming, got the chat window open, got Firefox open, several tabs. There's a reason it's not paying full at the moment. Let me just close Firefox, I don't need it anymore.
We'll now test the emergency brake and go over the critical steps needed to recover the train. To begin, set the train brake to emergency and then wait for the train to come to a complete stop.
Right, so train brake to emergency. We'll cut the speed selector. And I'll just sit here patiently as the train eventually comes to a halt. Favourite game? Not sure, I must admit, Emad. I do play a few games in Sims, but I don't know if I would say it's kind of my top favourite right now. Right, and halt.
The brakes are still applied and will need to be released. Move the train brake to running.
So train brake's running, wait for the brakes to release. Should be nice and simple. Increase the speed select thing, and then continue up to speed. Yeah, it's not quite Ah, no, it's going to make us reset the power setters up as well. So, going to reset the circuit breaker. So, we'll close the circuit breaker.
Finally, set
And
the
then
speed
increase
selector
speeds.
to the indicated speed to get the train moving again.
So, yeah, there are some trains where you need to reset the circuit breakers. I know that's
Nice work.
the
We can now continue the journey.
Talent 2 is one of those trains where you need to reset the circuit breaker every time you go through emergency brakes. And so, yeah, a lot of these trains will do the same process. Because as well as applying the brake discs on the wheels, it also cuts all power to the train to ensure that there is no more kind of acceleration going on board the units. So, it's a fail-safe system that just stops basically any chance of your train moving away without your inputs. No fish, haven't played FIFA since 13. Flight Simulator gets a lot of revisions compared to Train Sim. You get a bit of an overlap for certain difficult. You do need to, well, they're both simulators, so yeah, you do get a bit of an overlap between the two. But I don't know. I like my trains, probably a little more so than my flights. So we're about 4 kilometers now from Nahverkehr. Very similar to the Nahverkehr Drawyah, which you travelled last bike last near Warsaw. Yeah, so you get quite a few similar trains kind of around the Warsaw region, especially those that travel into country. So you get that Berlin to Warsaw service. A couple of Euro Sprinters, both operates in Germany and Poland. So yeah, you do get some overlap. You do get some overlap between the different styles of units. Although you have got a lot of the kind of other trains like the EP07, EP09 and EU07, EU09. So you do get kind of those kind of older Russian style trains as well. Get in Poland. There is a mix. There is definitely a mix. Right. So got 1.5 kilometers to go now. So I'm going to slow the speed down to about 30 kilometers. I'm going to apply about notch 2 of brakes. Have I ever considered being a commercial pilot? Not particularly, Kian. It's not where my future lies. I agree. I mean, the thing with train sims is that, for me at least, mentally, it keeps you a bit more engaged. With a flight, the moment you stick on autopilot, even on our networks, apart from changing frequency every few minutes, you're just kind of sitting there watching the flight go by. With a train sim, or even just driving trains in general, you're always constantly thinking about when do you brake, when do you slow down, what speed are you going at. It's different things you need to tweak on. There's a lot more kind of mentally you need to keep yourself going on with these train routes. I mean, they're not always difficult. There are some routes I can do without the UIs and all of that, but definitely a bit of a balance you kind of learn with all the different routes out there. We'll cut the speed selector now so that the train just naturally slow down. And then once we hit that stop marker, we'll bring the train to a halt. Yeah, it's definitely by no means a difficult train to drive, apart from the fact that I'm going a bit too slow here. Stop too short. Stop too short. Fair enough. The brakes on this train, definitely a little heavy on that.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train.
Right, so that was the tutorial for the 143. We're now a fully qualified driver. You can get a gold medal out of it. Let's move on to the next train, which will be the BR766-2 Dobstock Wagon. So this is the cab car on the back of one of these things. Again, pretty simple to drive. But this, as opposed to having a speed selector, is a proper throttle. You need to kind of manually adjust your trips. So definitely a bit more hands-on for this next leg.
Welcome to driver training. Today you'll be taken through the operation of this DBBR766.2. During this brief introduction, we'll go through the critical driving controls and passenger operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
Alright, let's jump back on. So back in Dresden again.
We will need to turn the power on. Set the battery switch to the on position.
Battery on. Set the lights to headlights.
Take a
Let's
seat in the
jump on
driver's
board.
position. This is where you'll be spending most of your time.
Set the headlights to reduced. Set the reverse
The
to
reverser
neutral.
determines the direction of travel.
Look at the air gauge. That's speedometer, that's power. There you go, there's your air gauge, sorry, on the right hand side. So, this allows power to, well, the air brakes charge up. How to have free mode trains wild. It's in the scenario editor, Avgeek, scenario editor. Welcome, Ascension, how you doing? Welcome back, man. It's been a couple of weeks, dude. How are you today? How are you doing? Right. It has charged up. No need for a brake test on this occasion. We're good to go. Although, I wonder if it's possible that the... nah, not yet. Set up the routes. Probably because, not so much not functional, it's more that they've locked off the controls for us during certain parts of the tutorial.
Now activate the pantograph so that it raises up and makes contact with the overhead catenary.
Pantograph raise. As soon as that makes contact,
The train is ready to be energized. This is controlled by the main circuit breaker.
circuit breaker, close. Set the train line power to start. Sorry, hold train line power and starts. There we go. Set the train brake up to running. Reverse setting to forward. Do you set the key?
This train
Brake
is
is in.
now ready to depart. Use the throttle to apply power and get moving.
Right, let's get moving. So again, more traditional, you set the throttle up how you want it.
During the course of your journey, ensure that you are monitoring your speed and the amount of power that is applied. If too much power is applied from this control car, then this could cause the traction motors of the rear locomotive to cut out and prevent further power from being applied.
Are you
This is
in
not the case when operating a train with a BR146.2.
to mod 1 or 2, Afgeek?
Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed.
I was going to go too
Keeping
fast
the
there.
speed limit is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of brake by moving the train brake.
Yeah, ejection brakes in this not particularly useful, I must admit. So 6 for train brakes, which is that's direct brake. It's train brake, perfect. So it's the two smart controller and the auto brake on this unit I'm using to control the train. Train centre shop now to chime. Classic German controls on there, Kai. Man, I'm not doing very good speed limits right now, I must admit. Too busy watching chats. Alright, let's try this properly now. So, train holds at 60. Straight level tracks, it shouldn't be too difficult, Drawyah. Next station will be Dresden Meter. There, car power. We're good to go. So yeah, this is definitely your more traditional style of train control there. You apply throttle, you apply brake, Essentially, it's just a balancing game to keep your train running to speed limits.
You are now approaching the first stop. Apply a small amount of braking force using the train brake to achieve a comfortable and safe stop.
Cruise speed to about 30 kilometers per hour as we enter the platform. Got the brakes. And just very gently bring the train to a halt. Close enough. Doors release.
Take a quick glance at the platform to ensure all is safe before unlocking the doors.
Whoops. That's more like it. Yeah, getting busy to platforms now. I think the limit, so before the limit on PC was like 30 passenger models. With the Rush Hour update, I think they've increased that now to about 100, something like that. So they're getting about 10 times all the passengers used to have in the past. As a result, there's even busier platforms, more people to look at.
Set the doors to locked.
So locking the doors. Let's get ready to depart. This is a train sim stream, not a flight sim stream. Be respectful,
We will
guys.
now cover traction locking and how to recover the train. A traction lock can come into effect in several different ways. If power is applied whilst the brakes are still applied, the traction lock will be engaged. Another instance of where this happens is if power is applied while the passenger doors are still unlocked. To simulate a traction lock, we'll first move the train brake into full service.
Right, train brake to full service.
Next,
Apply power.
the traction lock has now been triggered. This is represented on the HUD by a red outline on the power display. To recover from a traction lock, we need to ensure that power is not being applied. Set the throttle.
So throttle off.
Finally, we need to make sure the train brake is set
Release
to
the
running
brakes.
position.
And now,
Nice job. The traction lock has now been disengaged and we're now able to continue the journey.
we're good to go.
Proceed to the next stop unguided this time and see how you get on.
So apply the power. There goes your kilonewtons gauge on the left hand side there. And up we go. So line speeds are 80 km per hour now. Next station, just a kilometre half away, Dresden, Neustadt. A little bit more slippage, I'm going to cut the throttle a tad bit there. And cut the power and coast to just under 80 km per hour. So we're going to catch up with the freight train that we just overtook in front of us there. Maybe end up overtaking that one. Some braking, drops about 30 km per hour. And again, some of these stations, very grand designs. Look at the Metro Trust yard stations. The Kant Arkin line as well, that one had quite a few grand stations on that route. That's that kind of neo-Gothic style that these old German ones had, which do it rather good. Right, slowly crossing down the platform. Nice and steady. Well, the racing was about 100 metres in front of us, so I don't really need to be that steady. There you go, cut the brakes. Train comes to a halt. Door unlocked.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train.
So, that's, well, start of tutorial 2 out done. So another 3 more to go with after this one. So another gold start, another increase in levels for this one. Just shy of level 5 on the Dopplerwagen. Right, move on to the 442. I'm good, Dizzy, I'm good. How you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat. How you doing, dude? Yes, Nico, next stream. Enjoying the release of the all-new Dresden route out Train Mod. Right, the DBR 442. This one's a bit more modern compared to the other trains. It's the Talent 2.
Welcome to driver training. Today you'll be taken through the operation of a BR 442 electric multiple unit in DB Traffic Red livery. During this brief introduction, we'll go through the critical driving controls and passenger operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
Right, so, here in Riesa, jumping into the front.
In normal operation, this unit draws electricity from the overhead catenary via a pantograph. However, since the pantograph is currently in the down position, we have to power the initial systems by priming the auxiliary battery.
Right, so, battery into the on position, iron. Sorry, hold in the iron position. There you go, power's been drawn.
Take a seat in the driver's position. This is where you'll be spending.
Set the master key to on. Must switch to forward. Pantograph, raise, circuit breaker, close.
Take a quick
Powers
glance
in
at
the
the
train.
platform to ensure all is safe before unlocking the doors.
Open the doors. Yeah, Talent is a train that we've done in, well, very recently on the train side of things. When we had the release of the, what do you call it? One of the recent German route releases included the Talent on their services. So, again, if we got a bit more of that. I must say, very busy here in Riesa right now. There's another double stock service coming through. R15 just changing its service now there, so just terminated, changing ends. So we're quite busy all of a sudden. Quite a lot going on out here. There we go. Out of service. You're now on your way out. Is that not enough?
It's time to get going. Set the doors to locked.
Fair enough. Lock doors.
This unit has 2 braking systems, an indirect brake and a blended brake that is part of the combined power handle.
You have an independent brake and combined brake.
Finally, disengage the handbrake.
Handbrake released.
This train is ready to go. Use the combined power handle to apply some power and get moving.
And it's going. Hopefully. That's up. Circuit breaker's closed. Train's in forward. Power, there we go. Right. Onwards and forwards.
Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed and reduce motor stress and maintenance requirements.
And I must say, the sounds of Talent 2 for me, one of the better sounding trains in this sim. Oh, 20 kilometers per hour now. And I've set it to 0 as the sim wants. For that sweet spot for this controller, there we go.
Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin over
you've been to Dresden for life, have you, Dizzy?
brake by moving the combined power handle into the braking range.
Somewhere I'll definitely be hoping to travel to in the next couple of years or so. But yes. Dresden I want to go to. I was going to Munich as well. Munich's definitely on my list of places to go to, which is actually not that far, if I recall, from Dresden. It's all kind of southeast Germany. well, down in the Bavaria region for certain. So yeah, definitely somewhere to kind of look to go next couple of years. Probably starts my kind of my little tour of Germany. Spend a couple of days out there. Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm very capable of training this. 3-car set, slightly raised undercarriage there for the bogies, but low door frame, so it's allowed trains to reach the low platforms here in Germany. Yes, that's correct, it's in the border of Poland, southeast Germany. So we're about well, just under 2 kilometers now from the next station, Glaubitz. And one of the benefits of driving trains out in Germany, the land for the most part is just flats. 100 kilometers of flat land. As a result, there's no real need to adjust your power throughout your journey because it's already nice and steady for you to drive on. Graphics are all ultra, Nico, apart from the motion blur. I've turned off motion blur.
You are now approaching the first stop. Use the combined power handle to apply a small amount of brake force to achieve a comfortable and safe stop.
Apart from motion blur, which is turned off, I'm using ultra graphics for everything else. So we're running a comfortable 60 FPS right now. Right thing on the left, I think that's just a megaphone. Let's have a look. When we get to a halt, we'll have a quick look at it. Just a closer inspection, see what that is on our left there. But I'm fairly sure it's just a megaphone. I don't know why. This actually reminds me of London Underground's S-Stocks for the sound. It's nothing like in real life. Although I think did Bombardier make the trains? Yeah, I'm sure Bombardier made the S-Stocks. They're part of the Bombardier... God, what's the family of trains called? I've now forgotten it. Yeah, it's just a megaphone. But just close doors again. Yeah, it is just a megaphone, nothing special, I'm afraid. So, tad bit over the station there. Good access though if you get the ramp. Now this is a beautiful old route, this I must say. Right, jump into the cab and let's carry on with our journey. It's the Movia family, isn't it? The Underground S stocks, the Movia family, same as the 2009 stocks on the Victoria line. The Bombardier Movia family. So yeah, actually makes sense that you have kind of same motors on board.
Proceed to the next stop, unguided this time, and see how you get on. An emergency brake test will be carried out on the way.
Worst traffic in the UK? Well, most motorway traffic in the UK, does he? I mean, if you're... Well, interesting question there. If you're on the opinion of a Londoner, it's going to be the N25. Always roadworks on that. So 2 kilometers next station, Nunklitz.
We will now perform an emergency brake test. Press the indicated button to engage the emergency brake and then wait.
Push the plunger, emergency brake applied, check out our halts. Yes, Alfie, this is the German route. Last time I checked, Dresden was in Germany. But yeah, push the plunger and try not to slowly now come to our halts. Then we'll reset the power, charge the brakes, and get that going again.
We will need to recover the train in order to continue the service. First, set the combined power handle to off to ensure power isn't being applied.
Power off. Wait for the brakes to charge, which is these two panels here.
Nice work. You can now continue on to the next stop on your journey.
Let's carry on. Apply the power, and let's get moving. If you'll hear Kai still, just that sound, when it's that lower undertone there, where it changes from like the higher pitch to lower pitch. That is very Underground S-Stock. I might have a look at the Talent 2s. Is this kind of an offshoot of the Movia family? Must be. The regional variants. And given that the S-Stocks, the Underground S-Stocks, especially for the Metropolitan line, are a bit more kind of regional as opposed to a metro train. Definitely some undertone of us Underground SA in there, definitely. Now, I'm going to drive this train all the time in the future. If only we had like a Chiltern route on Train Some Yards, then we'd be going along that forever and ever. Right, back, well, down to Sturtsea. We're going to probably have to shoot the station tab it as well. No, maybe not actually. Nope, this one's not too bad. I've made worse stops. I've made far worse stops. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pile of brakes. There we go. Right, unlock doors.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train.
There we go. That's our Talents 2 intro complete. Get your turn to be saying, yeah, 50 times you get me. yeah. Yes. If you know, you know. Right, 146 next. So going on to the freight side of things now for tutorials. You gotta be in the know for that one, I'm afraid, guys. I'm surprised Carl's not actually online. He's another, well, he's a new RLI member who actually joined based on these videos. He was at the open day.
Welcome to driver training. Today you'll be taken through the operation of a BR146.2 electric locomotive in DB traffic red livery. During this brief introduction, we'll go through the critical driving controls and passenger operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
Right, let's get going on train. Climb aboard.
In normal operation, this unit draws electricity from the overhead catenary via a
Hold the power button.
However, since the pantograph is currently...
Pantograph
The
sets
pantograph
to
mode will need to be
rear.
set before it can be raised. Set the pantograph selector.
Automatic even.
Set the
Headlights.
exterior lights
Headlights.
for normal operation.
And jump into the seats.
Take a seat in the driver's...
Reverse handle in. Set that to
With power
neutral.
available, use the...
Set the, well, wait for the brake
We
system
will
to
need
charge,
to wait
which
for
is
the
over
brake
here.
system to charge.
Yeah, I've always liked the animations to these throttles. Well, is that direct brake here, which I think is quite fun. So, in terms of controls, we've got AFB, of course. We've got train brakes. You've got your master controller, throttle, and electric brakes.
Now activate the pantograph so that it raises up and makes contact with the overhead catenary.
Pantograph up. Wait for the system to come to life. Powers in. Close circuit breaker. Power on the train. Set the headlights to reduced. Release parking brake.
The reverser determines the direction of travel.
Reverse into forward. And like before, what we can
Take a
do...
quick glance at the platform to ensure all is safe before unlocking the doors.
So the Pro gives the control for doing it manually, but AFB, like the other trains, very simple to get going. If I can remember where the switch is, it actually breaks down here. AFB switch is somewhere down here, if I recall correctly. Signaler, AFB switch down there. There we go. Ooh. Maybe best to apply the brakes and actually make sure the train's not moving. Good idea, that. Okay, so we've slightly rolled out. Well, we've not really rolled too far out of the platform, fortunately. But we have rolled slightly out of the platform where it's going to have doors open. Long train set as well on the 153? 146, sorry, 146. Slightly newer train, therefore can manage a slightly longer load.
It's time to get going. Set the doors to locked.
Doors locked.
We will now cover traction locking and how to recover the train.
Yeah, traction locking again.
Traction
So
lock
make sure
will
that
come
brake
into
sets
effect in
to
several
full
different ways.
service, and then apply the
If
throttle
power
to
is applied
max.
whilst the brakes are still applied, a traction lock will be engaged. Another instance of where this happens is if power is applied whilst the passenger doors are still unlocked. The traction lock has now been triggered. This is represented on the HUD by the red outline on the power display. Nice job. The traction lock has now been disengaged and we're able to continue.
Take care, Nico. You have a good one, dude. Have a good night.
This train is...
Right, so apply some power and gets me up to 40 kilometers per hour. So we'll get that going. We're going to switch on the AFB straight away. Set the speed control to 40. There you go, max power. So, train will control the speed for us. Train will coast everything without any input required from me. At least that's the idea. Okay, maybe not. Probably because it's in tutorial, it's going to block that system for us, so there we go, manual throttle up. Fine, with the tutorial way. Again, the benefits of having done these or driven these trains all before in previous scenarios, you do kind of already know what you're doing for the most part. These are just refresher courses for trains you've already driven. Well, trains you've already virtually driven. I've not been in the cabin of these in real life.
Posting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed. Keeping the speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of brake by using the train brake.
Right, Wine Bowler, next station. Wine Bowler. Not sure that's related to Train Sim Africa in any way. Right, so yeah, probably not going to slow down
You're
now.
now approaching the first stop. Use the train brake to apply a small amount of brake force to achieve a comfortable and safe stop.
Yeah, the electric brakes in these trains, I've got no hope in, I must admit. God, even train brake's not quite going on this one. Come on, train. Gently does it. And because they're electric brakes, it's going to take forever for them to decharge that. Yeah, trying to need to kind of get more of a hang, I guess, in flying, driving in commuting routes. We'll get there. We'll do a bit of a mix. We'll do some kind of Dobstock wagon trains. We'll do a couple of passenger commuter runs. We'll definitely do a high-speed run as well, so we'll definitely drive an ICE, because I have got, well, we should have gone, it's part of the Transit Mod 2 base pack. So we'll drive the ICE on this one. Because like I say, if you get 5 trains with the route, plus 2 extras if you have all the routes for them, the scenario packs and DLCs, so you get quite a fair bit of variety on this scenario setup. Nice, the station is accessible too, even if the accessibility bit is a really long ramp just to get up to the platform level. Sure, a lift would have been a bit more of an option for this one. Oh well, throttle up, let's get going. Sorry, brakes released, we're in traction lock there. Thank you, train. Let's now apply the power to get moving. Alright, next station, Coswig. Welcome, Willow Wolf, how are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? How are you doing? Cut the throttle. Efficiency off position. Put a little bit more power, trying to get that up to the 120 to get nice and gentle. Tiny bit of power input. There we go. No, there's not. There are no free add-ons to trains. Well, there are a few kind of enhancement packs and mods on websites like trains.cz, but in terms of routes, the answer is no. No, there isn't. Start kind of a bit of speed there as we hit those speed limits. Presumably, well, the set of junctions we're going past through right now definitely needs a bit more. Well, that'll come with route knowledge, just learn to increase speed and decrease speed as you hit these different changes. And also learning kind of apply different amounts of braking to just allow trains to adjust its speed throughout. There's always a bit to work on, but we'll get there. Right, 1 kilometre to go. In a couple of moments, start slowing down. In fact, we'll do that now. Brake position 3. So aim for about 30 kilometers per hour. Cut the braking now. By the time that there we go, next power's cut off, we're down to 30. And we'll just coast into this platform and bring it to a halt here at Coswig. We're getting there, we're certainly getting there with the train knowledge. Right, doors unlocked. Change the headlights 2 seconds. There seems to be headlights set.
Good work. That concludes
Yeah,
all the
okay, fair enough. That's
basics
just
of
a reduced lighting for you. There we go. That's the 146. Sure completes. Yeah, I need to learn the different speed limits, and we'll get there different trains. Right, coming up is the 185. How many do we have to go? There's a large tutorial on this route. Going for just over an hour. I barely didn't scratch the surface. Have a look, explore. Okay, there's 2 more to go. We have the 185 and the 363. The 363 is going to be the fun one. That's a very different unit. 185. This one's a dedicated freight unit, so no passengers in this one, but very much same kind of control setup. We're almost there, the tutorial runs, gosh. Alright, 185-5 introduction.
Welcome to driver training. Today you'll be taken through the operation of a BR 185.5 electric locomotive in MRCE livery. During this brief introduction, we'll go through the critical driving controls and freight operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
Right. Open the door, jump on board, close the door.
In normal operation, this unit draws electricity from the overhead catenary via a pantograph. However, since the pantograph is currently in the down position, we have to power the initial systems by priming the auxiliary battery.
Press the battery, powers on, pantograph, auto, jump in the seats, must key in, so that's to
with
neutral,
power available,
wait for the brakes to charge.
The brake system to charge. Now activate the pantograph. So that
Pantograph up, screen blue,
the
circuit breaker close. Set the headlights to reduced. Release the parking brake, same setup, just a more modern shell.
The reverser determines the direction
Press
of
forward,
travel.
release all the brakes.
There are a few freight operations to take care of around the yard. You've been tasked with shunting and preparing a chemical train.
Ooh, chemical train, always fun.
This train
Button power up to 20 kilometers per hour. Is this a manual yards or this? Yeah, it's all manual switch points. This one, so we'll move to position and then work out from
Coasting is
there.
a method used. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force using the train brake.
So stop at the Coswig yard entrance. On the left there's a 343. Yeah, I mean look, it's like an old tractor trailer thing that. It looks fantastic. What are we driving next? Ooh, my braking not so great on that one. I hope we stop before the red signal. There we go. Stick it in reverse and just pretend that never happened. 30 meters back. Perfect.
The tankers are now behind us. Ensure that the junctions are correctly set and then reverse to couples of the tankers.
Set the junctions up, so we need to that yard there. So points wise, points are automatically set for this row, which means we're good to go. Right, release the brakes. In reality, should be changing the cab ends, but we'll stick guys out the window. And I'm just sticking in reverse. Yeah, poor. Shout out to the training manager, they'd love it. Is there a sign on that station? Want to put in the garage? Stephen Stephen I know who that is. I can have a guess who that is. Interesting username choice there. Oh, what? Did we have to request pass-through signal? Surely not. They'd give us the signal, would they? Well, thanks for the £1, dude. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm sure the signal set. Okay, well, we'll request it from the signal then. Right, train's in reverse. Brakes are all off. Windows down. There's the call there. There we go. Proceed at restricted speed. We can do that now. Thank you, Signal. Yes, yes. Railer. I don't know. Which one would this be? Railer 185 to radio control. Stationary at whatever this is, yard sliding. Requesting permission to move. Welcome back, Hayden. Welcome to channel, welcome to chats. Welcome to the chat. How are you today? Oh yeah, so let's go to the pause menu, or to elements, press the tab key because we've got to do it that way. It's fine because the train's already behind us anyway. Well, I hope it's supposed to couple up now. Stop location because we've got entrance. Hang on. Stop location. Have we broken tutorial? I'm not too sure. I'll tell you what. Stop location entrance. That's all over there. Problem is the marker's gone. So we've obviously messed something up. Oh well, full speed into carriage and see what happens, I guess. If you're a professional railway worker, close your eyes now. Well, obviously German engineering is the best right there. Right, we'll skip this one, we'll move on to the next one. You can see I'm not an expert at this. There's a reason I don't drive trains in real life. Oh wait, I do. You know what? Let's do a scenario. Let's do a scenario. No, we won't do a scenario. We'll do a timetabled run. Yes, we'll start off in the Talent 2 because I've got a liking for this train now. We'll start in Talent 2 and we'll do a... What's this? Großenhain to Coswig. There you go. We all know to say that. You're very true there, Kai. Very, very true. Right, so Großenhain to Coswig. Set the train up. So train's in forward. Master key is in and on. Pantograph's up. Wait for it to contact. So breaker set and unlock doors. So there we go. Very classy on these trains. Yeah, towards the evening, so it's 8 AM actually in the morning. So it's a rush hour service. This people on their way to work. If we head over to this display, go to passenger information system. We are travelling to Coswig, so we'll set up Coswig as our destination. Hopefully it's on here. There you go, Coswig. Enter. So destination now reads as Coswig on the front of trains, follows the plan, which it does. Slot doors. Exit out of that page. And increase throttle. Next station, Tristevitz. Man, I'm just driving an S-Lock train. That's all this is. It's a fancy, bigger S-Lock train that goes cross-country. Well, it's a regional train more than cross-country train, but hey-ho. The amount of flanging getting on this, it sounds like we've just departed from... Where is it? You get a lot of flange. What station is that? It's not all... Well, you get a bit of jam altogether. So I think it's Baker Street to get quite a bit as well. Get rid of the bits of the UI that I don't really care for. No, Talent 2 for me has actually always been one of my favourite trains on this sim. I remember back when we had the first release of Rapid Transit. That was the old... What was it? It wasn't Leipzig, it was... It was one of the S-Bahn services. I can't remember which city it was. But yeah, Talent 2 train for me on that was always one of my favourites. And even to this day, it is still one of my favourites. I must admit, for some reason, the rail drive controller can't find that 0 spot. At least you have to kind of jiggle it about to find it. But the Talent 2 train's always been one of my top trains on this sim. The sound update on this, I don't think it's always sound like this. The previous route it was in, sounds have been updated, sounds have been changed, and yeah, it's definitely for the better, I'd say. Definitely for the better. Have I ever been train spotting? Not particularly. I'm not really a train spotter. I like my trains. I don't really care so much. Well, apart from networkers, kind of thought a networker. I'm not really a rolling stock person. I'm not really a platformy, stationy person. I just like my I just like the journeys themselves. Just actually be able to go somewhere, do something, see something. I just like travelling, really. Working the railways, you do get quite a few benefits to that as well. I just like to travel. So I actually need to get in touch with someone in regards to flight tickets. Yes, speed again, just let that train down. So Feast of It's coming up about 500 metres or so. So this is the Großenhain bit. It's a small rural line. It starts north of the main line. It was Leipzig, was it? It was Leipzig. That was it. Leipzig S-Bahn. I always liked that route. It felt a bit bland. It could do with a bit more love. In fact, I think it's one of the routes getting updates from Dovetail at some point. I need to kind of revamp it a bit. But yeah, it's always been a favourite of mine. Always been a favourite of mine, that. I might redo my calibration actually on this controller, just get this sweet spot. Jeez, yeah. I'm going to recalibrate the controller actually, because I feel like something's on a bit off. There it is. We've stopped it in the platform at least. Let me have a look. So if I go to options, settings, controls, advanced controls, that's... Is there different versions of it? Fair enough. I'm not sure what the difference between that and that is, but they have slightly different control setup, I must say. That one includes contact signal, that one doesn't. Parking brake button. Slightly different controls. Slightly different controls. So what I was going to do is well, it's already calibrated. Let me recalibrate it. So move the reverser into reverse it into the full reverse position. That's there. Neutral. Forward. Full throttle position, it's about there. Idle position, there. Full dynamic brake. Brake dynamics setup position there. Brake release into the release position. Handle off. Emergency. Released. Really? It's got a bit of travel on that, hasn't it? Brakes released. Bail off. And full application. Bail off. Switch to the left. Switch centered. Switch right. Switch left. Centered. Right. Cool, that should have it all back to normal now. So, back. Cut the brakes and resume. Off. Turn that to low beams. Reset the circuit breaker. Training forwards. Maybe that's just how it... We'll see how it goes. So yeah, that should be neutral position. For some reason, it's 5% brake there. There's one thing it's jumping a bit, that throttle there. This is a train sim stream, Sean. So I'm not sure that question's relevance. Welcome 2K 1000 Top Man. How you doing? Welcome to chats. How are you today? How are you doing? Dylan, bonjour de France. Bonjour, Tetia. Comment tu Something about this neutral point. Just need to kind of find it. Use the other brakes, indirect brakes, just get that train to slow down a bit. So next station is Niederau. We're arriving about 8 kilometers. Push back onto the main line, increase about 220 kilometers again. Essentially, stick train in full throttle and allow it to increase speed. No, Chrisliner, je n'aime pas français. My knowledge of French is very, very limited. Je n'aime pas français. Studied it a couple of years in school. I wish I paid more attention to it now, but hey ho. You make some decisions when you're younger. Languages for me when I was younger was never kind of never my focus subjects, to say the least. Nowadays I'd love to learn them all, but sadly you are a bit limited. Do you speak any languages to Kai yourself? Or are you just English only? I might have to learn new languages to test you next time I see you. Alright, so back into the more rural parts of the routes. It's scenic in the same way. It's scenic in the same way, this route. I like the dot matrix here. Up close you can see it is dot matrix. In fact, the reflection's pretty good as well. As you go move away, it becomes a bit more clear. Zoom in, dot matrix, zoom out, and it all builds up. So yeah, it's a very smart little display system there that I'll have. And that's one of the many things that, as a community, you guys already pushed for, Dovetail. Put them in their place, introduce these display boards. And yeah, we do finally have them. Interesting timing there as well. So you arrive at Niederau at 8:13:59. So you can't arrive at 14. We'll be a second late. Now we've got 4 kilometers to go. Say about 3 minutes. So you got to do, yeah, as long as we're doing a bit 120, we'll get there on time. Also, got to make sure my braking's all correct as well. How many languages do I know? So I speak English natively. Now mówiłem troszkę polsku, second language, although I'm not perfect at it. I speak very little French from school, and also speak very little Finnish as well from well, I spent about a month in Finland, got a few friends out there, so basic Finnish as well. But Finnish and French, I couldn't. French, if I really tried it, I could probably get French really badly. Finnish, well, unless you know how to utilise nonin to your benefits, then yeah, probably can do a conversation in French, in Finnish. Too many Fs. Right, about 2 kilometres from Niederau now. Right, so we better get slowing down now as well. Kilometres to go. So red signal coming up. Hopefully it will stand for it. It's probably not, because that's station right there. Finland's superior country. I like it. I like it, I can't lie. Yeah, if I had to live anywhere else in the world that's not the UK, probably would be Finland. I disagree. Everything expensive. I disagree, Coastliner. I've been to all the Nordic countries, and I've been to most of the Scandinavian ones too. I've still got Iceland tick off the list. When I've got that, I can tick it off. But I don't know, Finland, at least based on my budgeting back when I was on my last job, which didn't pay all that well. Yeah, I still managed to fare my way around there quite nicely. I disagree. Finland's not too expensive. It's the cheapest of all the Scandinavians I've been to. Right, welcome to Niederau. Southern viaducts as well, I just noted. Retaining wall holding back the tracks and platform. So passing at 29 seconds past. Passing at 30 seconds past. Oh, train. Non-stop train, 6 car sets. Close the doors. Hold the brakes. And let's get going. Not going? There we go. Not sure why I was holding the position there. Very odd. Obviously the brakes aren't quite drained from the system yet. Right, next station, Vienbola. couple of flat wagons on the right hand side there. Sure the RLR can make quite good use of those. And yeah, I think they're just sitting there. There's no loco attached to them. Just waiting for their next assignments. Sitting on sidings. Nice and steady. Yeah, got about a minute to travel 300 meters. Got plenty of time on this run. I like the Talent too. I must say the timetable so far definitely working on my side. Right, pilot brakes, bring to a halt. I'm excited for Brighton Mainline Coastliner, yes, definitely excited for it. Shame that we don't have access to any Thameslink trains or Thameslink timetables. Those would have been really good for the routes. And also, if we had Thameslink, could have gone as far as London Bridge, but sadly we don't. Maybe one for the future. We do get the Reigate branch, which isn't too bad. It does actually enable Great Western Railway routes, aka, well, Gatwick Airports to Reigate. Travel route goes as far as Reading, but not including the routes. So take it once up to Reading. If they include it, then, well, don't get me wrong, I'd love to do that. Because you have got Great Western, Great Western Express, which is the very first DLC pack trains in the world. So after the release of Sandpatch grades, yes, it's heavy haul, we got the Great Western Express. That includes the 166. And to this day, that one little branch from Gatwick to Reading is still operated by 166s, so I think it's actually 165s nowadays, but you get a bit of a mix. It would be nice to see. I cannot lie, it would be really nice to see. Right, brakes released. Power forwards, let's get going. Next station, Coswig. Off Coswig, we then stop at... Oh, that's in the route. Terminate Coswig. Only a short little journey, this one. So I think our next run, we got to do an ICE. It's not one of the official kind of trains that come with the pack, but yeah, we'll go for ICE next, I think. We'll enjoy this one in a high speed. Yeah, fingers crossed we get the 166 layer service. That would be good. Oh yeah, same as the 101 as well, Coastline. If you have the BR 101 DLC pack, you also get that as a layer for this route. Why is that not working? There we go. It's about 1.5 kilometers now to Coswig. Start slowing the train down. Hit that 60 mile per hour bit before we hit 60. There we go. Drop down to 30. Cut the indirect brakes. And then the combined power and throttle handle. We'll just gently manipulate as you press halt. It's only a short little run, this, two stops, but not a bad little one for the Talent 2 actually. Short little run, takes 20 minutes to complete. You get a bit of travelling as well. Very good, very, very good. Bring train to a halt, and let's bring this one to an end. Doors open. Must switch neutral. These stay engaged. And that comes off. All we've got to do is close the door. Jump off down. And there we have it. End of routes. So overall, not to get gold medal. Speed limit wise, we did manage it without too many problems. That coasting I've still got to work on, of course, that 5 mile per hour. Sorry, that 5% kind of neutral point. I need to figure that one out. But apart from that, not too bad, not too bad. Right, let's jump onto another scenario tower. Yeah, we'll do the IC next, which again comes as like a layer for this pack. So not built in, but you get as an extra. Over to the timetable. Let's jump into the DVR 460B. We'll make it cloudy. Won't put any rain down. We'll just make it cloudy. So we'll start at Dresden or Frankfurt Flughafen. Got an airport on the this apparently. Start Dresden, and yeah, we'll go to the airport, Frankfurt Airport, only as far as, of course, Riesa. Riesa? Probably pronouncing it horribly wrong, as I normally do the German routes. Right, let's pop on in. Let's have a go at this one, shall we? Now the IC, I've always enjoyed this train, this sim. There we go. Operating to the express train. It's about half an hour run. 8 car set, 200 meters long. Right, let's get going. We'll set it up, shall we? So, train reverse forward. Unlock doors. Raise the pantograph. Powers in. Circuit breaker closed. Powers in the train. So we have got proper AFB. Got your throttle. Got your train brake. All pretty standard stuff. Single tone horn. Yeah, pretty standard stuff, eh? Right, set the lights to dimmed. Man, we select September. We're all done. How do you take a cab door? Select September. All of a sudden, it's really, really dark, I must say. We'll teleport back in, close the doors, and departure was 10 seconds ago. So we begin moving, shall we? Move the AFB switch. Well, it's set AFB, so AFB is that. VSOL at 3 gub. Set the speed up to 70, 80 even, increase that, throttle, and let's get going. Train's in AFB control. Well, I'm at it, so double check one thing. Where is it? Maybe it doesn't have it, fair enough, okay. Just double check the side of the train then. Does the destination display? Yep. Nope, out of service. Nix Einstein. So while we're moving, should have this at the station. So we're currently on DB set up, that's fine. Where is it? FIP. There should just be a display somewhere. The passenger destination. I'm not going crazy. I'm sure there is a switch for it somewhere. Welcome, music. How you doing? Welcome to Channels Chats. Yeah, I do like the ability to kind of walk around trains and stuff as we go around. So if I can stand up now. I can just walk around and throughout the train. Yes, I'm the driver. Yeah, we get full ability to just walk around, enjoy ourselves a little bit. There's a very detailed little train this, I must say. There's your first class private cabins. I have been in an IC actually, I must admit. I've been in a 3... I'm sure it's a 3M I must have been in. Yes, I have been in an IC train as well. Yes. Tell you what, we'll cut that like that and just do it based on the mouse click. Bit tedious, but does a trip. Now, how do you set the destination board on this thing again? I must have missed something somewhere. It's not that. AFB sets. Nope. I must have missed it. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. Right, so 1 kilometre to go. We'll load the speed down to about 30. Ah, look, that's being overtaken by a local service. I think time actually we're not doing well. We're a tiny bit behind service, but once we get to high speed solutions of this line, that's where we can really catch up with time and make our way towards the last part of the journey nice and early. Yeah, I'm sure there's a switch somewhere for a system that I've got no idea how to operate. Oh well, here comes station, so we will kill AFB now. Neutral that. To be fair, I don't think we really need to kill that, don't we? Does it automatically? Go to FB screen, set you back up again. Yeah, as long as we're doing kind of manual control of the train, it should kind of just follow. Nope, maybe not. Right, killing AFB. Where are you? Back. AFB. Right, so, as we need to change it, switch between the system. Got to remember to do that, so throttle neutral. Throttle off. Nice slow across the end platform. You got your Dark Rock Pro 4 today, very nice Toxton, Holiday Toxton. Finish. Yeah, do enjoy it. Hopefully get trains racing each other around Brighton's main line. We should hopefully do. Definitely good opportunity for a lot of overtakes and high-speed takeovers on that line for certain. I'm excited for the Brighton main line, so London Victoria to Brighton, via Gatwick Airport, branch to Reigate. Still no London Bridge, would love to see London Bridge, but hey ho. Ah, Norwegian. So how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat. No, Norwegian, unfortunately, language I don't speak anything of, full stop. How do you set this? I'm sure there's a switch. It's not that one. It's not this. That's dead. Maybe it's just because it isn't like an official train route, doesn't have it set up yet. I'm sure. I don't know. Parking brake, passenger door steps. Alright, let's lock the doors. Let's get going. Right. Brakes released. Full throttle. Next station is Riesa and 42 kilometers. So head over to AFB. Back up to that. And just stick it. 80 kilometers per hour. and slowly build speed up as we leave the station. So this is kind of where we get to enjoy the full effects of the ICE. This is where we really get to enjoy the high speed of this line. Will I be trying Bus Sim 21? I'm not sure, Coastal, I must admit. I'm not sure. I've looked at it. It looks interesting. I've never been a number... I've never... What's the right way of putting it? The Bus Sim franchise has not been my #1 interest point, if you get what I mean. Not a bad platform by any means, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I just... I like my OMSI. I like the bus. The bus is pretty good. There's something about Bus Simulator which, for me, if you're simulating something, I like doing it in the real world. And the bus, OMSI, I'm sure there's other bus sims like City Bus Simulator as well. Back in the day, they all simulate a part of the real world map. Bus Simulator, it's a bit more fictional, and I don't know. Decent simulation, but it's not quite for me, if you get what I mean. So maybe I'll check it out, maybe I won't. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Right, up to 150 kilometers, 160. Yeah, the bus phase 2 should bring a lot to the platform. I do plan to do a stream on the bus soon, so do stick around for that one. But phase 2 should add a lot to the sim as a whole. Yeah, definitely time to pick up the pace now. Definitely time to pick up the speed there. 39 kilometers to go. In a couple of minutes, start getting the increase of the speed limits. For the most part, the line is nice and straight, especially as we break away from the well, we leave the main line for the high speed line. At that point, it's just a long straight bit of track with no real twists and turns apart from this little bit up north. But again, away from the slow lines, you do get to enjoy full throttle run, and eventually start slowing down towards our destination, where presumably now drive's taken over. But yeah, it's a full odd run this. More than full throttle. Oh, it has got side opening windows. Locks and everything. Has air conditioning, Capcom. Couplers. Are we single car set or 2 car sets? No, just the single set in our consist, so can't decouple from the rear train. Welcome to Channel Game, how are you doing? Welcome to channel, welcome to chat. How are you today? How are you doing? Welcome to our high speed run with the ICE. Yes, I do remember last stream Transport Gamer. I do recognise your name, don't you worry. So, carry on at 160 kilometers for a bit. So we do stand at 130 in a short while. That's when we leave the main line for the high speed line heading north. So we do it's high speed junction, but not quite 160 kilometers high speed junction. We've got 2 kilometers to go before we slow down for that. The braking the train slow down usually pretty good, so there's no need to really slow down too much for the upcoming section. Not too much like that I noticed this fish, I must admit. It's not too bad. Even now we're getting a solid, well, about 30, 40 FPS. We're getting about 40 FPS out too much problem. Maybe when the train passes by does add a bit more to kind of render, so it does slow things down a bit. I wouldn't call it a terrible amount of lag by any means. I mean, my system's not the highest spec in the world. It's not the greatest, but it does the job, and it does seem to handle most things rather well, so that's no complaints from my part, that's for sure. Welcome, Ethan, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how are you today? How are you doing? Right, so, leaving local stopping lines, we're now on our dedicated high-speed ICE lines. What about the A380? Don't know, Transport I've never flown it. So I much prefer my 747s. How long left? Why, what's up, AvGeek? What's wrong with long streams? Quite like you get a couple of moments where the trees kind of dissipate a bit and you get a bit more of the background. Definitely a bit raised, like on a hill there. You get a bit of a background of the cityscape. This is a train sim stream transfer game. I'm not quite sure what the A380 flight sim has to do about the stream. I'm alright, Ethan. I'm good. I'm good. Working tomorrow and day after today, so just a chance to relax. Back again tomorrow. Back to work, back to normal, back to reality. But my next holiday's coming up soon, so I need to be ready for that. I'm excited though, I'm excited. Well, thanks for letting us know, AvGeek. Thanks for letting us know. Right, so down to 140, about 1.5 kilometres. 25 kilometres to go, so slowly clock sounding down. It's going to be green signal throughout the journey for us, nothing for us to slow down and stop for. We seem to be the only train on the line for the most part. Haven't seen any trains coming the other way just yet. But we'll keep an eye out, we keep an eye open as the train goes by. Like a river or canal to our right hand side there. No, it's an underpass actually. It's a road underpass. Or is that a tunnel? Yeah. Tunnel, a little underpass. Goes out the other side. Ah, a little bit of detail there. I don't know, it does get a bit of criticism back there, level of detail. But I don't know. These newer routes, I must say, detailing has certainly been up there. Certainly been up there. That's 120. And so through PZB, like I said, I don't call... Yeah, PZB, I don't even understand the concepts of it. I turn it on, the train comes to a halt, I'll never be able to get it moving again. PZB, I've got no real concepts of, but essentially it's in-cab signalling. If you know how it works, you can get all the speed up limit changes for you pretty much straight from the console. Lumo is interesting. Lumo is very interesting. So it's meant to be a low-cost alternative for long-distance journeys. How are they going to get London to Edinburgh for 15 quid? I honestly don't know. But, well, depending on the times and all that, it may be worth a go. It may be worth a go. 15 quid up to Edinburgh. Spend a day or two there, and then try back down to London. It's interesting, Luno. It's an interesting concept. I'd love to see it in action. We'll wait for more details on that. Yes, a low-cost alternative to, well, so to speak, flying here in the UK domestically. I've not been to Edinburgh before. I've been to Glasgow a few times, and on the 2 occasions I've been to Glasgow, I have admittedly flown there, so we'll see how the... Actually, no. I've done two trips to Glasgow. On both occasions I flew out there. One occasion I flew back to London. The other occasion I took the sleeper train. So I was there Glasgow at 11 PM and then took the train back to London overnight. There's a few things to look out for. Right, back up to 160 kilometers per hour. Okay, it's almost a shame we can't quite push train to its maximum limits of like 300 and, well, I think 320 is the top speed. 330. Shame we can't quite hit those limits on this line, but again, 160. That's about 100. It's about 125 miles per hour. So yeah, definitely hitting the UK equivalent of high speed. Whereas the UK only really has one dedicated true high speed line, HS1, and even that only goes as far as Ashford International, which isn't a great deal of distance. Oh yeah, it is luxurious train. So I've been on one of these. I didn't go high speed. It was between, where did I go? It was between Spandau and Berlin Central, so that's as far as it goes for me. There's a red signal coming up, so actually we're going to need to slow this train down shortly. We'll give it another kilometre, and then we'll stand to about 60. Oh no, green signal again, we're good to go. So you can see we've met up with the local lines again. This is going to be a bit of a jumble here as we end up back onto the to slow lines. Just about enough speed to catch up with the train there. Let's find a vantage point. Let's find a vantage point like it's a road or something. It's a railway line. Let's try to get like a pass-by view of the train. There we go, road bridge. We are on this. Too close. Too close. Right, let's get another vantage point. There you go, overpass. That'll do. Yeah, not quite full speed, but it's enough speed. 15 kilometers, got about 7 minutes to get there, so catching up a time now. It's going to be a close one in terms on time or not. Getting pretty close. We did leave our last station about 2 minutes late, so definitely behind schedule already. Just need to keep on going. I think you make a few spares. Hopefully so, quest line up. Hopefully so. Right, down to 130 now. And I think after this we'll do one more run. We'll do one more run in the Dobstock wagon. We'll do that, and then we'll think I'll bring the stream to an end. Is driving training easy in real life? No, it's not. There's a lot of technical knowledge you need to have for these trains. I mean, the ones I drive are narrow gauge, not too difficult to drive, but certainly a lot you do need to learn in order to keep your trains operating. That's an abandoned station there. The platforms have really grown over. A red signal coming up, we do need to stop for, so we definitely need to get ourselves down for that. Is it an abandoned station, or is it just a really... no, it seems pretty abandoned to me. Yeah, both platforms closed. There's no signage, nothing like that says this is a station anymore. There you go. Let's have a look. Let's see, when did this one close? When did it operate? Weissig B. Großenhain. Signal's green again, so back up to line speed, 120. Train going again. Right, so the station. Texting while driving, always a good idea. I'm not too sure. I can't see any information about when it closed. It's definitely closed. No train stop here anymore. It's been closed since at least 2009, so it's been closed for a fair while. And this year, they actually dismantled the old staircase. Yeah, you take care, Kai. You have a good one, dude. You take care, dude. Have a good one. Five kilometers to go now, or 6 kilometers to go now, so gonna start thinking about stopping this train. We've got a minute and a half to go for 6 kilometers. We're not gonna make it, I'm afraid. We're not gonna make it. A minute and a half, 6 kilometers. We'd have to be doing 6, 12. We'd have to be doing 240 kilometers an hour to get there on time. We're not doing 240 anymore. No chance. No chance at all. Not even close, about 5 minutes late. The red signal as well definitely didn't help with our timing, that's for sure. But hey ho, what can we do? We're limited to our own resources, that's what we get. Down to 80 kilometers, about 4 kilometers, so, well, just in front of the station we'll be down to 80. We should be long down to about 60, 30 by then. Another doppelstock service in front. I must say, even the sunset, the lighting, interesting mood coming out of this service. Definitely quite a dark and gloomy one. So we'll try and do one more service in the doppelstock. We'll do that, and then we'll think about bringing things to an end for this stream. Right, so let's get our route this. Loving the variety, the 5 different trains plus extra services you can bring in. It's definitely a good old mix. This. Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cats Noir. What's it about, Coastliner? No idea. Well, you never know. Might be quite interesting. I don't even remember the last show I watched as a marathon. It must have been, It must have been Tiger King, because I'd love to sit down and watch TV shows and movies and that kind of stuff. Problem is, I don't really have the time for it anymore. So, yeah, I think it might have just been as long as Tiger King's the last one I really went back to watch. Alright, there's a station coming in front now. I did watch, what's it called? Why can't I do FB? Oh, FB's a bit buggered. Disenchanted. I did Disenchanted, that was pretty good. AFB, I can't get to switch off now. AFB. Really? I can switch it around, but off is broken. I can't reset AFB. That's annoying. Ah, there we go. Neutral, apparently. Let's cross the end of the platform, get ourselves in the correct position, and then we'll open the doors. Avgeek, welcome to the stream, how are you? Well, we're in platform now, so we could stop whenever we want to. Right, doors unlocked. I can imagine we're going to lose a few points for being so far behind schedule. But hey ho, like I say, it does happen. Press E to do what, sorry? Ah, tone line scenario, yes. Scenario start locations. I wonder pop hasn't appeared there. Right, let's lock the doors and let's bring this one to an end. Not sure what that's got to do with the train sim stream, Galley Guy, but hey ho, this is a train sim stream. Right, so, yeah, in terms of speed limits, with it, oh, it's got a gold medal, I must say, I was expecting that. Yeah, with the AF being controlled, that speed is pretty much spot on. No complaints there. There was that red signal we had to kind of slow down for because we almost hit that limit of it, but what can you say? What can you say? Alright, back in. And let's do one more service, do it in the doppelstock, and then we'll think about bringing things to an end. Train tour, too late for fish, too late. Right, so let's explore a timetable. We'll do it from the cab car end of the 767, there it is. There is like a, hang on, let's have a look at livery variant, or at least what that claims to have. It's car sets, so we've got, whoops, either, there is some minor difference between the two. Kind of see there's like a red slash there which disappears. There is definitely some variation, not much, there is something. Do it in the summer. Right, let's do a service. So, about, yeah, 8 minutes long. Perfect. An hour services the entire length. Half-hour services. Tell you what, we'll do one of these 8-minute ones. So, Pirna to Dresden. There you go. Nice and short little run. Do it towards the middle of the day. 8-minute service. So, no, that's, well, coming from Pirna down to Dresden. So, it's kind of the latter part of a journey of train going to Dresden. Willkommen im ICE der Deutschen Bahn. Good vibes. How are you doing, Fuso? How are you doing? Welcome to channel, welcome to chat. Still a train sim stream, Gladdy Guy. No need to be disrespectful. Right, let's do a service, shall we? So, master key, strike keys in and on. We will set the reverser up to forward. Doors unlocked. Hold the brakes. Direct brake release. Train brake sets to 3. That'll do. You got your electric brake and your throttle looking good. Right. Lock the doors. Let's get ready to go. Headlights normal reduced. And let's depart. Next station, Dresden Freiburger Strasse, platform 1. Where is that on? Ah, brakes. Release the brakes. Wait for that brake block thing to disappear. I must say, I just felt something really hard about that brake lock thing. It is smart. It is smart. Right, increase throttle. Let's get going. One's variant is VVA, the other one's for Ruris. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So this one, yes. So this is DV Regio. The other one is VVO. Oh no, it's a mid. Yeah, actually no. Look, so this one's got different fronts. So this one has no stripe, lower stripes. This is a bigger low stripe. That one's VVO. That one's not. So it does have some variety. So this is kind of because I set it that way. Why is the headlight's not working? I'll have to change that. Yeah, no, that makes full sense actually. Right, battery switch, headlights, set that's to headlights, there we go, that's more like it. S2, set up destination if that's possible, which it's not. Right, S2 it is. That H button or time button usually just sets a route based on the routes you're doing. Difference between both is just delivery, fish, just delivery, as we just went through. That's a bus depot. How do we not have a look at that? Whereabouts? This building? I see no bus depot. Right, we're already down to speed now. How's the electric brakes in this? Not worthwhile. Okay, using train brakes. Using the train brakes, guys. On the low end of speeds. Stop too early again. I'll get there, train controls. Because you're in a cab car, there is a delay between the front train and the back of the train. You got to get it right. You got to get it right with your timings. On that occasion, just missed it. That'll do. Right, doors unlocked. Does unlock. Unlock left side doors, yes. Very odd. Okay, well, I counted it. Let's go. Next station at Dresden meter. Cut up the brakes. Let them release. Into lights. Well, but then it's on then. Coach lights on. There we go. We're going a bit behind schedule now. Doing around the brakes of this train a bit too much. Right, let's get going. Dresden meter. There's air brakes. I've got a hand of air brakes, I must say. Yeah, it's just that delay of it passing through the train needs to be very, very careful of. Make sure they drain and put up pressure again. Kind of towards the right time. 200 meters to go. Okay, a bit tad slow right now, but we're only a few seconds off. Yeah, about 10 seconds off or so at the moment. Down the right side, you got a fancy little dual carriageway. Not quite an autobahn, that. It's definitely a large central road, though. No quiz, we're using a rail drive controller on this sim. Using rail driver. Right. And open. Right, freight train on the right side there. Delivering a whole load of BMWs there. Let's go over Europe. There's a IC service as well passing through. Not quite up to speed yet, but what are you saying? Out of service? I'm not too sure. It's going to be too fast for me to check if he got a destination or not. Right, let's empty out the brakes. Empty out the brakes and let's get going. Man, these brakes really take their time, don't they? Gently does it. Next station, Dresden Neustadt. It's more Neustadt. Neustadt? N-U. Well, Neue, so it has to be Neustadt. Yeah, once again, we are chasing the clock a little bit, but it's all down to kind of getting used to getting used to the brakes of these trains, getting used to the acceleration, just make sure that you are timing them to service requirements. You guys see your stops there, so there'll be a chance to kind of spy their destination board just before it leaves again. And presumably, where this service is going to get taken over by the driver rest of the way. Gonna be tight that. Gonna be very tight. Nope, not gonna make it. Ooh, really? There's 2 meters to go. Come on. Gotta be kinder sometimes to us. There's 2 meters to go. You hadn't spattered that. As far as I'm concerned, that was a perfect stop. I have been to Spandau and Berlin. Yes, sir, Coastliner. So I took the S-Bahn up to Spandau. Spent an hour or two there, looking around, and then took the ICE back to Berlin Central. Right, release the brakes. Once again, let's get it going. So now we're on our final stop. Yes, I've seen a 137 route coastliner. I also rode on that bus like 2 or 3 stops, just to, for the sake of it, basically. Did a day trip to Berlin last year. It was in November, so kind of during the first lockdown relaxation from last year. But, I don't know, it was nice to kind of escape the country a little bit during the whole lockdowns. Oh, that's your bucket list, dude. A very short bucket list. For me, there's a lot of places around the world I want to go see at some point in the future. My Google Maps is just full of all these little markers of places I've marked as wants to go. But hey, again, that's one for the future, once things start returning back to normal again. Which, hopefully, isn't all that far away now. I've definitely done no international travelling this year. 2021, the year I've just stayed in the UK. Done some flying and train trips domestically, but certainly next year, hoping so I'll go a bit more further afield again. Yeah, Germany, Berlin was the last place I went internationally. Right, it's much better. Much better braking. And while we're here, let's have a pre of that ICE. Yeah, there you go, fair enough. Service 47, Einsteigen, sorry, so yeah, no service. Also, the BMWs all swapped here as well. Red signal. If you wanna pick your own car, go for it. They're all sitting here. It's a long old platform. And train just about fits it. And our doors no longer open. Why is that? Door... Left side doors, do it manually, I guess. There we go. It's only a few seconds, we'll be leaving in bits. No, it's not going to work. Poof, need controls there. Fine, we'll close it ourselves. There we go. Yeah, so one negative to having to restart a route, you do mess up your controls. Like, whoops. Ah, you'll drive now, aren't you? There we go. Stop accuracy. Okay, Dresden meter. Completely mess that one up, but ooh, not even a medal. Not even a medal. That was a bad run, wasn't it? Turn to free roam. Let's see. How long do we get until this train departs? Finding ourselves a seat. There we go. Table seat. Whoops. No, table seats. Table seats. That's better. We depart in... Oh, it's just going to sit here, is it? Fair enough. Fair enough, well, so that's the end of the route, I guess. Fair enough. Right, back to my menu. Let's bring this one to an end. I've been to France, fish, yes, I've been a couple of times. So, that was the Nahverkehr Dresden. Nahverkehr Dresden. Again, we'll look into best students now as well. Didn't quite do the ones for the American route because they're just too long. I mean, do that one. 80 minutes. Some of these are very, very long to go do for a YouTube video. There and back another 80-minute one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Worst case scenario, we just try and do a couple of them, but hey ho. So yeah, that is the end of that route. I hope you guys enjoyed the watch. If you did, then do subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you all very much for the support. We'll do some more train sim in the future as well. Definitely do some train simulator. I haven't touched that in a little while. And then of course we'll do some more flights as well. Don't you worry, that's coming up soon. Let's say it took about a week and a half of a break just to re-energise myself a bit. And yeah, hopefully back to normal. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for taking part in the stream. You take care of yourselves, and I will see you all again in the very near future for some more Train Sim action. Take care, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Have a good night. Goodbye.